I know you always wanted to learn how to make Costa Rican Gallo Pinto, and that's why I'm here to show you the step-by-step and all the tricks on how you can make authentic Costa Rican Gallo Pinto. Let's get started. Bring your pot, set the temperature to medium, and wait for it to start warming up. Add the oil, add the onion, bell peppers. In this case, I'm using red, and I'm making a sofrito right now. I'm also adding celery. Then I'm gonna let it cook for about 2 minutes. I also add half a teaspoon of cumin. This one is in seed. Literally, it's always best to check the recipe on the blog. You'll be able to print it also over there, just in case I say something random in the video. So recipe, the printed version, is always going to be the correct one. This is already starting to smell amazing. Once time has passed and you can see these vegetables are starting to get a little translucent, then we add the garlic. Now here's two ways of making gallo pinto. You can add the beans or you can add the rice here. There's no right or wrong. I just like to add the rice first because we're kind of like frying the rice, getting it a little drier than what already is. Remember, this is old rice from yesterday or previous days. So when I get it very dry, when I add the juice from the beans, the rice will absorb all of that. That's why I like to do it this way. But you, do you? I'm gonna show you my way. I'm gonna add the rice and you'll see chunks of rice, which is fine. Remember, this is old rice. You just start separating them. I think I need to bring the temperature up a little bit. So go ahead and be playing up or down with the temperature. You notice how the rice has a little reddish color from the pepper? Ooh, it's starting to look very, very good. I think my temperature is right where I need it. I'm gonna leave it for a couple of seconds, trying to, like I said, getting it a little drier than what it was. So this is what I'm doing. I'm stirring the rice, letting it cook for about 30 to 45 seconds. Then stir it again and repeat the process, I would say 5 or 6 times. We're ready to add the beans. You can see I still have a lot of broth on my beans. Try to only add the beans first. If your gallo pinto is getting very dry, then you can add that juice. Otherwise, if you add all of that right away, you might get a mushy gallo pinto. We don't want that. Some people like it, but I don't. This is a lot of juice. You see what I'm saying? Then stir. And now you're gonna start seeing those colors. How beautiful that looks. Ooh, love it. Bring the temperature down a little bit. We're not done mixing it, but I'm gonna start adding the seasoning. This is the black pepper, oregano, and the next one is Salsa Lizano. I usually find this on my Mexican store. You'll be able to find it. It's pretty easy to find it, either your Mexican store or your Asian. But if you still cannot find it, I'm gonna link the description down below so you can get it from your house. And I'm gonna add the Salsa Lizano, which is completely optional. I get it, not a lot of people. I would say mostly everybody loves to add Salsa Lizano to their pinto, but it's not a must. Now we stir to combine all of the ingredients that we added last. It hasn't cooked yet. I just mixed everything, but I'm gonna try it because I need to make sure I need to add more oregano, more Salsa Lizano, whatever it is, because everything's gonna be based on how you cooked your rice and beans. I'm gonna add a little bit more of salsa Lizano, just a tad bit, a little more oregano, black pepper, and I'm not gonna add salt. Not at all. Salsa Lizano also has a little bit of saltiness, so I'm not gonna add salt. I'm going to stir it for a last time and just let it cook. It's gonna stay here for about 5 minutes. Time has passed. You see how the rice got stained with that black color, which is delicious. And we're almost ready. I'm just gonna stir it one more time, but we're not done yet. Turn your stove off, and this is the last step. We're gonna add, this is culantro ancho, and this is culantro castilla. I don't know why they're both culantros. You'll be able to also find them at your Mexican store. And this is the last step, because these herbs, if you add them right at the beginning, they can get bitter really quick. So we actually want to maintain their flavor, their freshness, and that's why we add them right at the end. If there's any other Costa Rican recipe you'd like to watch, let me know. I'll be more than glad to make it for you guys. We like to present Gallo Pinto in a nice way, so we place it in a small bowl like this. Then bring the plate where you're gonna present it, flip it, and then flip both plates. Lift this one, and you have it presented very nice. Also serve it with fried cheese, some fried plantains, and also we like to add eggs. I love sunny side up eggs. That's how I made mine. It can be also scrambled eggs. And there you have it. Typical Costa Rican Gallo Pinto. You'll be able to print the recipe over here. And if you found value on this video, I'm going to suggest for you to watch this other video, because when you pair the content in both videos, you're gonna become a master on making Costa Rica Gallo Pinto. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.